The heck, man. That's really funny. I guess I'm back. Goodness me, man. That's really weird. The stream died. I'm back. I was looking at chat and everybody was talking about, wait, did the stream die? Like, where is everybody? It's like, wait, what? Birdie died? Yeah, I saw that witch just said the birdie killed it. I guess the birdie kind of killed it. It's like, no, that's enough information. That was funny. That was funny. By the way, I'm going to sleep. Early class tomorrow. 07, guys. Okay, appreciate you for chilling with us, my guy. Rascal, hope to see you, you know, tomorrow. Okay, I did say I still wanted to react to the dev talk, so maybe this is a great way to end the stream, you know? I'll give 200 points, because again, it's a great, I did say to compensate for making, you know, for making mistakes like this, I'll be just, you know, doing 200 points later. Okay, hold on a moment. Let me watch the dev talk. Let me watch the dev talk, because again, I really want to watch this, but too many side quests happening. So let's watch this.
你们还能看到啊，
这应该是也是你们同事的车吗？
对，就我们对同事的车。然后前面的话还有一些机车啊什么的啊，对，前面就是这个我们这边的
星空部吗？
星空部经典 POI 啊，就问街上就是有这个东西的。然后古老师您见过吗？
这个应该是狡兔当年就是躲在他说躲过那个谁的追杀。
对，这应该是等比的。然后旁边还有这个冰淇淋，是吧？然后当时他第一次出来的时候，这个动作包括冰淇淋，对。我昨天同事也比较惊讶。
周年的时候，所有人都说啊，这居然是冰淇淋。
要不我们就往里面走一走。
行好。
然后这边的话就是当时周年庆，我记得还有流传一些照片。
这怎么？我跟你一起进去吗？
我来，我先。好，谢谢。
好久不见了，也是时候了。
对，是时候了。
那么我们就开始吧。我们这个言归正传啊，首先是这个有一个很关键的词叫目标感。就我们知道，就是对于这种长线运营的游戏来说，就是目标感其实是一件非常非常重要的事情啊，它是支撑我们玩下去的一个动力啊。这个局序零现在也马上就要到这个2.4的版本了，这个目标感就我觉得现在也是时候该拿出来作为一个很重要的一件事情来说一说了。
我觉得目标感这件事情，其实也是我们现在的一个新的认知吧，就是，我们曾经会觉得，就是比如说你不断的就是短期的每个版本去提供给玩家一个新鲜的玩法或者一个好玩的东西，这个目标感就能得以延续。但是，你从长线的一个产品的角度上来讲，我觉得是得给到一些更上层的一些目标的。你比如说剧情，对吧？玩家本身对于这些角色是喜爱的，对于你的剧情提供的折和零的这个目标是非常好奇的，所以说它得有一个一以贯之的一个剧情的目标，对吧？就是我操作零和折，然后见证了什么样的故事的发展，并且这个主角在其过程中起到的作用是至关重要的，对吧？我觉得是这样的，有这样的一个预期在的。对，
这个现在是我们玩家包括我在内非常。
Wait, I actually have I don't know, a specific emote for this. Hold on a moment. I guess it was this one. No, not that one. Not that. This one. Okay, this is a great way to listen to this with this emote on. You know.
非常非常关心的一个话题。
除了剧情以外，我还想提另外一个点，就是，就是实际的游戏体验上，我们其实，在游戏体验上来讲，给到玩家的目标感，我就个人觉得还是会，基于角色吧，对，就是我去获得一个角色，或者说我对这个角色倾注了它对应的心血之后，它是有对应的回馈的，对，那确确实实我们在这件事情上，是有，就是做了。
Okay, we back. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, it's a very common thing here. Like, how should I say this? It's not a Jade stream if the stream if OBS or YouTube or Streamlabs wouldn't crash, right? Yes, I didn't finish watching this earlier because there was too many side quests happening, and Vortex Challenge Run was kind of interesting earlier ago because Vortex actually redeemed a challenge run when I was starting to watch this, and then I was like, okay, I want to do that now. That challenge run is kind of fun, so I kind of hopped in, you know. Jay, the timestamps 26, 28, and 30-minute marks unless you want to watch this entirely. Oh! Where is there timestamps? $26? Wait, 26? 26.
曾经在早些年的那个航天城做过一些尝试，比如说把战斗和关卡。
Is that correct? Is that correct? 26, like literally 26, 26-minute mark. Excuse me, my allergies.
一些结合，就是那个航天城加那个随便灌，其实算是一种，我认为就是非常初期的一种尝试吧。理论上来讲，我们可以有一套就相对更自洽的一套就是循环玩法吧。因为我们现在关卡整体上来讲，它拓展性更强了，对吧？不像早期我们就是一关一关小关往里面跑嘛，对。然后它能够支撑玩家进行探索，支撑玩家进行比如说支线任务啊，包括还能够支撑去做一些叙事，对。所以说这套关卡模式的话，其实它能够做出一个更有意思的一个循环体验出来。对。而
且我自己在玩的时候，虽然说是剧情和这个0号空洞探索这两个不一样，我也能理解，就是在这个剧情的时候，因为是在半生空洞里面，它的侵蚀性没有那么强，所以可能关卡设计会不一样。但是回归到0号空洞的话，它依然是应该是有这个侵蚀压力在其中的，所以我要在有限的时间内在里面进行探索和战斗，也会有这么一个过程。目前看来的话，是要把这一部分的东西要进行这个，就目前的0号空洞，因为这个方面的元素就变得弱了一些。
我觉得得益于我们现在的一些就是更宽广的这样的一个关卡模式，其实你在关卡内做一定程度的任务设计，其实它比较适合。其实你在关卡
is suitable for fully expressing the previous Yishi's sum proxy proxy
内做一定程度的任务设计，其实它比较适合把之前的一些神将啊、遗骸呀和一套就是空洞内的生态呀、0号空洞内的一些生态啊，把这套东西完整的表达出来。对，我觉得这是一个很明确我们后续想做的一个方向吧。对的。
所以现在的话，接下来的这个方面就是围绕新的0号空洞玩法，对吧？
对，我们想在关卡玩法和系统体验上来讲做出升级。上一个阶段的话，从1.4推出那个0号空洞开始的话，主要还是围绕着代理人的能力，然后类似于像肉鸽这样的一套形式去做线性的关卡串联。但是我们觉得，既然我们走到今天这一步了，那肯定还是有一个更广阔的空间给到我们的，对吧？去做一些新的东西。
那这个其实小白老师看来也是有备而来的这种样子。小白老师是不是经常也看这个什么社区评论之类的？
我觉得作为一个策划的话，我觉得肯定是要去长期去看玩家的一些反馈的。对，当然这个我们聊的这个大的方向，其实还是需要时间的。对，只不过这个既然是一个更长线的事情，那可能它的启动时间、规划时间会更早一些。
听起来就是很早就已经开始构思接下来的就是我已经问了这些问题了，是吧？不是因为听劝了所以才这么做的。
是的，因为客观来说，当真的出现问题，然后你再根据这个问题再做调整的时候，其实已经会晚很多。而说你本身需要更前置的去思考，比如说将来的方向啊，或者说将来的一些体验哪里会出现问题，哪里是需要去做调优的。我们除了就是愿意去倾听玩家的一些意见，我们愿意去玩家提供更好的就是游戏体验以外，本身我们在游戏设计上，我们肯定会做更多的前置性的一些思考，把我们比如说最拿手的，像刚刚提到的那种， 拍照活动能够呈现代理人的都市生活那部分的体验，对吧？能够就是更有意思的东西呈现给大家，对吧？这个。
But heck, they're still yapping about the progress of the game. When will they talk about some stuff that is already in the game? They're just talking about what's the key time? 28. I want to hop into 28. Well, technically, I'm already at 28. Next one is 30 minutes. Wait, I'm already. You know what? I'm already nearby.
经验和一些灵感的一些碰撞吧。
What the heck did I just?
然后接下来还有一个问题就是玩法这一块，我从这个测试服一测的时候就开始玩，然后但是有一个玩法让我印象很深刻，然后一直也惦记着的，就是这个3测时候有一个联机打 BOSS 的这么一个玩法。
Co-op. During the third test, there was a co-op boss fight gameplay like this.
这个玩法未来可能还会，它会有机会让人见面吗？
对，会有的，肯定会有的。对啊，并没有说我们在过程中放弃掉或者怎么样，就只是说，就是这个准备过程我们还是相对谨慎的去对待的，对吧？就是比如说技术储备或者说一些。
Okay, so they're working on the co-op, but they don't really want to jump straight into it because they're taking it like, dude, their technical reserves or some surrounding infrastructure. There might be talking about something that they're having technical difficulties in order to make this thing work. Because again, how can you, like, there's definitely gonna be, you know, key points when it comes to gameplay. Like, for example, how does Hugo play? Like, how does Hugo work with co-op, you know? Does Hugo just freaking slap his total eyes when the boss is not even stunned? Technically, you could go for a co-op where you have, you know, 2 stunners, you know? And then Hugo is there on-fielding with them, and then once the boss is stunned, then Hugo would do total eyes. I could definitely see that, you know? Players interacting this idea is a miracle. Given that it was first shown in beta, getting it to work in co-op will take a lot of time, so it makes sense. Yes, it would, like, they're probably thinking on how to make this work. Because, again, ZZZ Combat is unique, okay? You have one boss that you're dealing with, and there's actually parry and dodging mechanics. Like, how does that work, you know? Yo, Ultra Void, welcome back. Just reacting to the dev talk. So it's definitely understandable that they're looking forward for co-op. It's really nice to hear that they're, you know, looking towards that direction, which is very fun. This would help you know, make the community, you know, co-op, play with everybody, you know? This is fun. I'm looking forward to it. Like, how should I say this? I want to listen more. Before I yap nonstop. I want to listen more.
基建啊，我们是要做好准备之后才能把这件事情推上线的。对，做过准备，比如说像之前做过的那个马萨大冒险，对吧？然后恩的奇闻录，然后。其实是在一定程度上是为这件事情去铺路。
So they're already slowly implementing it, which we do have these PvP modes, right? And then the bang one.
另外一件事情，值得说的是，就是在单机模式下和在联机模式下要做的，就是对于角色的改造其实是不大一样的。
你比如说那个连携技，我们自己平时玩的连携技都是。
This one, the chain attack. How can you implement the chain attack? See, this one, like, yeah, how do you handle this time stop is indeed also a problem. This is actually, again, this is the uniqueness of ZZZ. How can you implement this in co-op?
时间暂停的，还有那个大招也是有时停的。这个如果说是两个玩家一起玩的话，这个时停要怎么处理，确实也是个问题。
对，这不仅仅是这样，还有一些角色的个体机制，你在联机模式下，它去处理掉这个问题的话，其实都挺有挑战的。包括我不确定大家是否记得，当时我们3测的时候，那个版本其实没有连携机的，对。但是我们 我们这一次的话，就是假设后面联机要上的话，我们其实还是会完整的把这个比较重要的一个体验把它端上来。对，
我是想象不出来这个问题，现在那很期待。
对，就是简单来讲，就可以跟朋友们一起放出QTE啦。也会针对联机这件事情去做一些，需要玩家之间肯定需要一定的配合，或者说有一定的交互的这样的观察体验。对的，所以说连接这件事情我们一直在做，而且是尽可能的多做体验，不把它局限在一场单局的和2-3个人打一个 BOSS 的这样的一个体验上面。
说到现在刚才这个 BOSS 战我们这战斗方面的话，因为我是每个版本的。
Wait, there was a gameplay of co-op in the beta once. The stun bar goes rainbow, every agent goes into the chain attack. Huh. Really? And you have a 3-agent team, so how can 2 players divide it? Who will be able to choose the bang boo? Yeah, that's actually the biggest question. Like, how can you make that work? It's probably once the pause time happens, you know, the slow-mo time happens, they're definitely gonna make it an absolute longer cooldown, right? And then we got the players, the multiplayers, would basically have more time to vote, you know? There would basically, they would vote who would go for the chain, you know? I could definitely see that happening, you know? A bit of a longer pause timing slow-mo, right? And then the players have enough time to do a voting on who would do the chain, you know? I could definitely see that route.
角色我都会抽，然后其实现在也已经很多这个之前版本的角色了，然后但是现在的情况就是在这个新的就是比较高端的这个战斗环境，比如说像世羽微局世羽要2队人，这个微局3队人，很多老角色就这个情况就是用不上。没机会出场。
这个我觉得这个问题其实挺严肃的，就是说，你看到我们这次2.3也推出了一个，我觉得
临界推演，
就是临界推演这样的一个玩法嘛。对，它其实
Okay, the new endgame mode. Okay, they're about to talk about the new endgame mode. What are their plans with this new endgame mode? Actually, quite come serious. This is you see also launch I think critical deduction in this version 2.0. It's an essential purpose to allow players
目的是
characters.
尽可能让玩家的角色，曾经的一些角色能够继续发。
Oh, some characters from the past to continue to exert their value. Okay, I like this. I like this. This is actually I like about this new endgame mode because it really puts out the older agents to shine, right? So you can start, you know, playing the older agents and stuff like that. So it kind of makes sense that the devs really do care that we don't want the older agents be forgotten, you know? They will try to beef them up, buff them up, and then make them, if they won't get a buff, they would do this, making you know, team building a bit more wider, a bit more broader, you know, which I like. I wish they would make this into, you know, one of those resets where you could farm polychromes every now and then, because again, if this would reset, this would be really good for free-to-play players, and it would just really help free-to-play players like me, free-to-play low spenders that have, you know, I'm trying to max out my account 100% Wither and Domain, and also aiming to 100% the arcade. Therefore, I'm literally squeezing my account dry. And the only way I could literally farm, get polychromes is through Internet membership, the low spend angle, and the weekly resets, the Shiyu defense, and the deadly assault resets, you know? If this would be, like, it would reset, and it would be really, really helpful for free-to-play players, because it would give more polychrome farming for players like me, you know, that have literally dried out in their account, and it's just always waiting for new content, right? Always waiting for new events to basically refuel on the pool count, you know?
发挥他们的价值。然后我们也知道，就是角色的话，就是玩家肯定是投入了相当多的心血的嘛，对吧？就是养成也好啊，抽取也好，对。然后他肯定不是说用了1-2个版本，然后这个角色后面就没有它的作用了，而是说我们肯定是会持续性的去做一些对应的玩法的。
虽然说是这样的这个玩法让我们用到了更多角色，不过现实是我们的这个老角色 啊，这个之前也说过了，就是随着版本的变化，就是机制越来越多，然后也变得这个老角色也就变得越来越老。然后我之前经常
Oh, I like this. I like this. So they know, you know, they know that, you know, mechanics would change, new things would be added to the game,
越来越多，然
making
后也变得这个
you know, making old characters become increasingly obsolete, outdated. So they know, they understand what the path that they're going. I like this, that they know the issue at hand. They're pretty, so they created this endgame mode to make it more possible, you know, but pretty much they're gonna talk something about what's next here.
这个老角色也就变得越来越老。然后我之前经常抽到的这些常驻角色啊，即使是弱点环境，也很难打出高分。我知道这是一个比较棘手的问题，不过啊，既然你们能够对这个像爱莲、这个0号安比啊这样进行这种加强，那所以我也得问一问，就像其他的这些老角色，体验要怎么样？后面有没有什么计划？
就像之前说的那样，对于我们的老朋友，我们还是会就是尝试去做出一些提升的。毕竟我们知道玩家是有一些情感寄托在。
Okay, this explains about the information, you know, the birdie information about the standard agents. Okay, it makes sense now. It makes sense. After all, we know players have some emotional attachment. That is actually true. We got players like Infamous that are really attached to Grace, and me, who really loves to play Soldier 11, and Kaleda. I do have some, you know, attachment when it comes to these standard agents. I do love playing them. The issue is that they're being power creep, you know, they're being outdated. So it makes sense that, you know, the information that's being released right now is that they're buffing these standard agents. They're kind of releasing this new Mindscape mechanic that you can unlock. Therefore, the issue at hand has already been solved. We're just, I don't know, probably waiting for them to release it. Where Neko buff? Yes, as well. I'm just sure hope that Nekomata would get a good buff. And also, I'm hoping that they would also change the ultimate. I just sure hope they would also beef up the ultimate, you know? No one cares about Neko? What happened? We cut? Yes, Goma. The stream died earlier. Sentimental feeling. They're definitely gonna buff it. Again, they're definitely gonna buff it. I do like that they're prioritizing Soldier 11, because again, Soldier 11 has been very, very being, you know, by Minato, by an A-rank character, like, it's just insane that an A-rank character, Minato, is power creeping your girl. So I kind of like it that she's the one that received the buff, and then unexpectedly, we got Grace, which is a big W.
上面的，虽然我们目前来讲就是推出了类似于像爱莲，对吧？0号安比这2位角色，那肯定还是会有更多的角色，他会迎来他的那个他个人的那个时刻，会有补强的那个契机的。
那就是具体会补强谁呢？
哎，这个我觉得大家可以等一等，等到2.5版本的时候，我们就会有所行动了。
大家可以先把这个自己。
So everyone can first type out who they hope gets strengthened in the chat. Oh, so everyone can first type out who they hope gets strengthened in the chat. I also welcome this. Then that yes, I also welcome this. Then that is we will seriously consider everyone some feedback or demand. Everyone should have typed it out in the chat by now. We'll take a good look then. We'll take a look then. I guess it's just one of those translations that they really add every tiny bit. This is nice. So, it's expected. Bernice is getting a buff. Like, we already saw it. Bernice is getting a buff. Caesar is getting a buff. Hugo is getting a buff. Harumasa is getting a buff. Oh, even... I'm even hoping that your girl Zhu Yuan gets a buff as well. I'm hoping that Zhu Yuan gets a buff as well, because clearly Ellen has been being spoiled, you know? Ellen is probably, you know, being buffed. So pretty much sure everybody's concerned about agents that they're hoping, you know, that they want a buff, you know, they want these agents to shine. Agents that are kind of outdated, kind of left out, kind of forgotten, kind of obsolete in today's meta, in today's season, might be receiving a buff. So everybody, like literally everybody, okay, everybody is going to receive a buff. It's just that the devs, from watching this, hearing their thoughts about their talk about, the devs care. The devs care. What I want, though, is for them to add loadouts. Goodness me. I'm hoping, coping, and dreaming for loadouts. A buff indicator. Okay, a buff indicator to know if the 4-piece hormone punk is active. And also, you know, a majority buff indicator. A quality life change of a buff indicator. Like, all about it. Everywhere. King of the Summit, I want to know if the King of the Summit buff is active or not. And also, I want to see if Woodpecker Electro is working or not. And also, Event Vengeance, please add them to the game. Add them, make them craftable. I want the Event Vengeance to be craftable. And also, how should I say this? A rework of agents I'm not going to complain if they plan to rework an agent as well. I don't care if they do plan to rework. Most of my concern is the tanks, okay? The defense class. If they do plan to rework the defense class, I'm not going to complain. Because, again, what the devs want is for the better of the game, you know, for the better of the community. So they do listen. So I love that the ZZZ devs really do care. They're not just, you know, planning to just make a game and be, you know, just give him this, just give him that and be done with it, you know?
希望补强的谁在弹幕里面打出来啊！
是的，我觉得也很欢迎这一点。然后。
Yo, Eminem, welcome back. Sadly, this is the end of the stream. I'm kind of after this. They're kind of wrapping things up right now, but I'll watch this at the very end to see what thoughts they have to add. And Wing of Shu, welcome back. And who else? Well, technically, Ramsey has already been on the previous stream earlier before it crashed. You know what I'm really... There's actually one guy that I'm worried about. Jaeger. I've not been seeing Jaeger. Technically, Void, Ethereal Void, is the one that told me that the last information we got with Jaeger is he says that there's going to be an earthquake and he needs to prepare. And after that, he just went missing. I hope that your boy Jaeger is fine. I will DM Jaeger today. I've been DMing Jaeger, Rayan. I've DM'd Jaeger and Jaeger has not been replying. I even pinged him on the Discord. He's not been replying. I hope he's fine. I hope Jaeger's fine. I'm gonna go back to sleep. All right, digital ad. I guess your ADHD just, I don't know, went all over the place to make you hop back in here. Okay, back over here.
就是我们会认真的考虑，就是大家的一些反馈或者需求。
这个大家应该是在弹幕里面应该打出来了，到时候好好看一看啊。
没问题。
那这个说完了角色，我们还是要说回这个战斗当中的一个很重要的一个元素，就是这个敌人的这个设计啊。其实我感觉现在的就是这个角色战斗。
Oh, the design of the enemies actually feel the current. The design of the enemies, I actually feel that currently the character combat is becoming more and more flashy or gorgeous.
越做越酷。不过我们的这个一些
But some enemies, and the interaction between enemies maintain these yellow light, red light mechanic. Okay, the flash, which means the dodge and parry. If we use specific characters or even characters with lots of invincibility, Okay, iframes. To dodge these interactions in the long run, it makes the interactivity of the combat become more and more singular. Ah. I do like that they know that, yeah, most, but I'm kind of not against it. Because though these iframes are really kind of broken, right? Like, let's talk about Miyabi, for example. You know, the boss is going crazy. He's about to do his weird-ass move. He's going crazy. Tons of flash and parry mechanics that you need to do. And then Miyabi just, you know, hold the basic attack button, and then you do the storm ability, and then you stagger the boss. You know, just stopping him from going crazy. Yo, Uni, welcome back. What's happening here? Oh, this is the dev talk. We're just talking about it. I would say that I'm not against it, but it's kind of becoming a problem as well. You know, it's making interacting with the boss is kind of, you know, making it a bit, I can't find the right words to say, but kind of boring, because we have Ishuin, right? For example, Ishuin, you can just spam the EX skill, and you're constantly doing all these moves, and you won't even care what the boss does, because again, you're kind of immune, right? Iframes, which is a long-ass iframe where you're practically immune. This is why I believe, the boss, the Fiend, was it the Fiend? That has tons of, you know, the only boss that is shield for seed, right? The only boss that is shield for seed, where there's lots of stall phases, right? I kind of like that, even though some players don't like it. It's kind of a great way for you to interact with the boss, you know? It's a great way to make them, to make bosses like that, you know? So you can interact with the bosses on what they do, you know? So I'm not against with these stall phases. It's actually a great way to basically make people stop dreaming about high scores, you know? So only the whales in the game can literally achieve this 65k, which means unaliving the boss. Because we've got sweat players that are literally trying to unalive the boss, right? Trying to get a high score. Which I believe adding this stall phases to the new bosses is kind of good. I'm not against it, because again, all you technically need is the bare minimum. That's my belief, you know? You only need the bare minimum. Getting more above than it's just an indicator or a sign that your team is well built, you know how to play, and well invested your teams, which means you don't have any issues with the boss, even though there's tons of stall phases, you know? So it's kind of nice that they're kind of talking about here. I'm pretty much sure they're talking about it, you know, about the yellow and right LED flash mechanics, and then having, you know, invincibility frames of the agent, therefore rendering this yellow and right mechanic pointless, you know? This is where performance points comes into play, right? Performance points and the stall phases of the boss to make you interact with what the boss does, making it, you know, these invincibility frames kind of pointless, you know, because you really need to interact with the boss. Don't lump me with those try-hard whale. Vortex, it's not just you, okay? It's not just you. I'm just talking about, you know, a player like me, okay? There I say it, okay? There I said it. A player like me that hops into Vortex account and I try to unalive the boss, okay? Technically, I'm that type of whale. There I say it, okay? Once I'm in Vortex account, I'm technically a whale. So therefore, I'm that type of player, me, that's on a whale's account, is only the player that can unalive the boss, okay? Not M0 players or, you know, M2, you know, basically low Mindscape agents. Technically, some low Mindscape agents can still clear the boss. Like, we got Yadari, right? Technically, she can literally, like, Yadari M2 with M3 Lucia can technically still unalive the new boss, but that's not the point. The point is separating the whale account versus the free-to-play low-spender accounts. So I like this that they know it, right? They know.
敌人就和敌人之间那个交互，保持的是这个黄光、红光这种机制。如果我们用特定的一些角色，甚至一些这个有大量无敌帧的这个角色来躲这些交互，长此以往的话，就让你
Well, I like that. That's a great example that they showed that there. That's a great example. You see this boss? Once this boss is in his miasma phase, he will throw a couple of blades, right? And once you see a parry, you could just parry it, and then the miasma shield would go down into half, like really would go down fast, and then you could drop him down to the ground. But we see Miyabi here, he's just, ignoring your boy.
机制。如果我们用特定的一些角色，甚至一些这个有大量无敌帧的
And holy crap, this is M6 Miyabi. I totally forgot. This is also M6 Miyabi. You see the storm ability? Okay, full stacks.
机制。如果我们用特定的一些角色，
Pow,
甚至一
pow,
些
pow.
这个有大
So yeah, so maybe bosses like this don't make sense because again, you could just ignore the fact that they're doing their shenanigans, right? But Deadly Assault bosses, I do like the fact that they're stall phases, you know, where you need to interact with the boss. I like that. I'm not against that.
大量无敌帧的这个角色来躲这些交互，长此以往的话，就让这个战斗的这种交互性就变得越来越单一啊。这方面未来会有在这方面有什么调整？
Will there be any adjustments in the aspect in the future? Actually, I think the problem teacher Wu brought up is very reasonable. This time we will also make some changes. Okay, they're very aware. I like this. Again, the devs care.
其实我觉得吴老师提的这个问题很有道理。这次我们也会做出一些变革吧，会尝试在角色和怪物的交互上来讲做一些新的一些设计。当然，就是我们并不想把它做的特别的，就门槛做的特别的高嘛，
就不是那种很高端的瞬间反应的那种操作是吧？
对的，当然它肯定是。
Yes, that is, of course, it will definitely provide a kind of depth, and it will also serve as, for example, part of the YAP CHILL sense of pressure designed for some bosses. Okay.
能够提供一定的深度的，而且它也会作为，比如说一部分 BOSS 的压迫感的一些战斗设计的体现。当然
Looking at this way, the team is already in progress regarding whether it's event upgrades, okay, or iterations, or this boss battle mechanic renewal, right? Correct. And this matter, actually, from a long-term perspective, is also for the sake of.
我想说的一个观点就是，我们并不是想去上难度，对，我觉得还是说。 奔着角色跟怪物的这个交互起来好玩这件事情去做一些体验升级。
这样看下来的话，团队也是对不管是活动升级，然后还是迭代，还是这个 BOSS 战斗更新机制啊，都是已经在进行中了，是吧？
没错。然后这件事情其实从长线来看的话，也是为了赋予我们刚刚说的那个目标感。
Giving meaning to the sense of purpose we just mentioned, players invest time in the game, right? That is actually true. We do invest time in the game. Because again, it takes time for your agents to be well invested. You know, it takes time. It literally takes weeks, even a month, for one single agent to be 30 plus substats. Okay, do keep in mind. They hone their understanding of the game, their gaming skills, and also pour emotion into the proxies. So whether it's the story or combat gameplay or or combat gameplay or yes, definitely the
玩家在游戏内投入了时间，对吧？锻炼他的对游戏的理解、游戏水平，然后也倾注了对代理人的情感。所以说，不管是剧情还是玩法，还是说那些机制，其实本质上来讲是想让玩家这部。
In essence, we want this investment from players to see some changes in the more distant future to be able to support players in playing long term. Okay, I like that. Because I am playing long term, okay? I am playing long term. This is actually a great way to think. A great way to add where they're always looking out for newer players as well, you know? Newer players as well that may that may help them in the long run, you know? If they really want to play the game, they really want to commit to the game, you know? That it would be really helpful for them.
份投入能在更久远的未来迎来一些变化，能够长期支撑玩家能够玩下去。
怎么听着已经觉得像这像结束语了？
哎，谷歌老师是不是还有进一步的问题？
Why does it sound like this is already the concluding remarks? Teacher, do you still have further questions? Of course, there still are. That our optimization for subsequent versions haven't been talked about yet. Okay, subsequent versions.
那当然是还是有的啊。那个我们这个后续版本的优化，这还没有说的优化方面的问题。
那我在这里呢，其实
Oh, good lord, that's a long yap. As regarding optimization issues, I can actually briefly start here because later, whether it's the upcoming version 2.4 or 2.5, there will be some new optimization content going online. Okay, I'm hyped. 2.4, 2.5, lots of optimizations. Among these optimizations, I think a point worth highlighting at this current stage is regarding regarding the indeed, the iteration of the early game
可
experience.
以简单的开个头，因为后续比如不管是即将到来的2.4版本，还是2.5版本，就都会有一些新的优化内容上线。这些优化当中，我觉得在目前这个节点上值得拎出来讲的一个点，就是关于对于前期的历程的迭代。
Just like Yu said, I guess this is a person. We welcome new friends, new players. That is actually believed that during the long-term operation of ZZZ, there will definitely be some new players joining us. Right? Question mark. Then these new players might have some new demands. Every new player should be able to quickly catch up with the main group. Okay, I like this. So they really, like again, what I talked about earlier, newer players. Again, they really want ZZZ to be newer, friendly for newer players, so they won't get bombarded with tons of... This is what I feared, where it's kind of good and bad at the same time for newer players, because they're gonna be... Like, newer players really need to start catching up, you know? They really need to start reaching endgame content if they really want to farm, all of these new information about the new Mindscape power-up thingy. Yo, Marquez, welcome back, man. And good morning to you too as well. Sadly, it's kind of morning at my time, but I'm kind of wrapping things up after this. It's still a reaction stream, so yeah. It's the same issue that MMO had before. Yes, indeed. I would say the devs really care that they want they want newer players, okay? They want newer players to come in and then play the game and also go, and also look out for OG players like me, like us, OG players that have been playing for, since patch 1.0. Since the beginning of the game. So they really want to look out for them. As also the returning players as well. Because I know there's some players that actually got busy with life, right? So it's really nice that, yes, again, going back to that talk again, that the devs care.
就像振宇说的，我们欢迎新朋友这个点一样，就是其实我相信绝训在这个长线运营的过程中，肯定会有一些新的玩家加入到我们当中来，对吧？那这些新玩家可能会有一些新的诉求，每一位新来的玩家，他其实是能够快速的跟上这个大部队。那针对这一点的话，我们也对之前的
Targeting this point, we have also made some accelerations to the earlier, for example, plateau periods, so-called plateau periods, allowing players to more quickly experience Zenless Zone Zero's current. To be fair, how should I say this? The item, from Wi-Fi Peninsula, the item where you could skip a side quest, right? The one that I used earlier. I guess this is what they're hinting, where you could get it early, so you could just use that item to just, basically, if you don't want to do the side quest, if you don't want to do it, it's pretty tedious. you could just do that, you know? Especially in my situation where I'm doing these side quests that should have been done back in chapter 1, you know, because the rewards are kind of meh. They give B rank discs, which is kind of you know before chapter 1, you know.
前期的一些，比如说平台期，对吧？所谓的平台期做出了一些加速，能够让玩家更快的体验到现在绝区令的一些就是版本更新的内容。当然，这个也不是全部，后续在就是
Version update content, of course, this isn't all later during the version advancement process. We will also carry out some iterations and adjustments targeting various pain points from before. Okay.
就是版本推进过程中，我们也会针对前期的这样那样的痛点去进行一些迭代和调整。
其实作为老玩家的话，虽然我们也会很欢迎新玩家，但是确实对于新玩家的
Actually, as an old player, although we also very much welcome new players indeed. Regarding the game experience of new players, we old players really find it hard to provide suitable opinions from our perspective. But since I am an old player, after all, could you?
体验我们老玩家确实也很难给出一个合适的角度来提出意见啊。但是这个
talk a bit more about.
我毕竟是老玩家，能不能再说点围绕我们老玩家的方面的优化？
举个例子啊，就比如说。就是2.4版本的话，随便关经营就会新增那个一键挂机大家省去很多那种不必要的一些重复劳作还有一些就是比如说玩家反馈比较多的比如说结算动画的一些加快啊。
Wait, hold on a fucking moment. What the heck? And also some, for example, things players like have fun feedback, and also some players things that have feedback quite a lot about like goodness me.
会比较多的比如说结算动画
speeding up some settlement animations
的一些加快啊，驱动盘辅词条的定向
substat targeting substat targeting substat targeting oh my goodness me, are they talking about guarantee substat? Dude, that's gonna be good, man. I just sure hope it's a guarantee. And merging combat damaging numbers, and merging combat damage numbers, I do want this. Like, again, I really hate the RNG of the substats. But targeting a substat sounds really fun. Again, guarantee. I do not want more RNG on top of RNG substat, you know? We need something guarantee.
还有战斗跳字的合并这样的优化也会
Such optimizing will also gradually meet everyone's and futures versions.
在后续的版本当中逐渐与大家见面。
战斗数字合并。
Emerging combat numbers.
这个还挺需要的因为我经常用这个异常。
Quite needed, because I often use this anomaly team. It's for anomaly.
对战斗，然后经常会就蹦出好多数字经常就看不到这个总伤害。
Goodness me, you see all the damage there, bro.
然后同时呢，这个甚至还会把这个游戏里面。
Oh yeah, sometimes the whole. That's why I have my damage numbers turned off. Sometimes you won't be able to see the flash of the boss, and also it helps not to lag my PC.
这个敌人的动作就可以遮。
And at the same time, this even covers up the enemy's actions in the game. I can't see. I can't see.
遮住我就看不到导致就我不得不把这个伤害数字的这个界面就直接给它关掉了。
也是考虑到这一点，我觉得这一点是可以说的，就是我们2.5版本的话会尝试一次性解决这个问题，然后呢让。
Hey, hold on, I'm there speaking a bit too fast. Also considering this point, I think this point is worth mentioning. That is.
2.5版本的话
In version 2.5, previously said 8.5 likely mispicking. We'll try to solve this problem ourselves.
尝试一次性解决这个问题，然后呢让玩家还有谷歌老师就更清晰的能看到自己的那个战斗跳的一些情况。
这个确实，我这边感觉能问的也是问的差不多了这个小白老师和团队确实也能感受到，就是这个感受到你们对于
Failure consideration and ideas regarding the overall direction of ZZZ. I have asked all around now story gameplay. Map design and combat interaction. That is all that ZZZ has to offer.
绝区零整体方向上啊，这个我刚问了一圈了，剧情、玩法、地图设计还有战斗交互啊，都是有这个考量和想法的。
是的，其实谷歌老师一开始提的那个目标感
The matter of sense of purpose you brought up at the beginning, I very much agree
这件事
with.
情我是很认同的。
Yes.
对，虽然我们团队内部的话不会用这个词
We don't use this term to discuss.
去讨论，但其实它的指向的点是一样的，就是你怎么长期的让玩家玩下去，对吧？玩家花了更多的时间，也倾注了更多心血、情感在代理人身上。那这样的话，你只有在对应的，比如说游戏体验上、剧情上啊、甚至一些战斗机制上，能够做到，能够匹配玩家的需求，甚至就是可能，提供一些差异化的体验，玩家才会愿意去玩下去。这是我们长期思考的一个命题。
这个每次我都是气势来势汹汹的带着这个尖锐的问题来，但是每次都被这个小白老师诚恳的态度，就搞得我都不好去恶狠狠的问出来。这个我也只是这个像玩家有的时候这个提出尖锐的问题，其实根本上也都是希望这个自己喜欢的游戏能变得越来越好啊。这今天听小白老师说了这么多，这个我也就是作为玩家也是放心了很多。
还是那句话吧，我们还是愿意去做进步还有变革的，对吧？然后我们既是创作者呢，其实也是玩家的一份子。然后《绝训》这个作品的话，是掺杂了制作组的很多的心血和想表达内容的。但更重要的是，它其实是一个游戏嘛，所以我们尽可能想要把体验做得更好一点、更有趣一点，才给玩家端上来。那这次策划面对面呢，正好是第2季进展到了一定阶段啊，也是趁着这个机会，我觉得可以跟大家分享一下我们后续的一些调整，以及正在制作的内容。也希望呢，这些内容在后续正式落地了之后，大家能够满意。
是。那么就期待你们之后的表现啊，看看这个目标感的实现。
Wait, is it done? They're just yap. Okay, it's done. Okay, that was really nice. I'd say I like this. I really do like this. Sadly, this is Nyril TV about the dev talk. Wait, who the heck is this guy? As well subscribe to your boy. Because I really appreciate this type of thing, even though the translation was kind of weird, but nonetheless, that was very informative. Very, very very informative. There I go again, indeed. Tons of How should I say this? Indeed. I'm pretty speechless, man. How should I say this? I'm just happy that the devs care, you know? Promising, yes, that's a nice word to say it, Ramsey. Promising. But it's pretty much more, it's just tons of and 2.4 and 2.5 gonna be shit? No. Vortex, it's gonna be peak. It's gonna be peak. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hyped for it. Promising and looking forward to it. Indeed. I would say I can't wait. I sure hope that they would implement more polychrome farming. Or again, they did say that they did say something about for long-term players, right? If you want long-term players to stay even longer, especially the free-to-play low spenders like me, better add more endgame resets that make you be able to farm more polychromes, you know? Like, the more of these endgame resets will happen, meaning it would be more helpful to grab more newer players as well, because therefore the farming for polychromes is a bit more, broad, The only thing we care about is polys? Yes, indeed. We want polys. Indeed. I will keep my hopes low so your expectations don't crash. that is actually a good way to see it as well. But again, the devs actually talked about it a lot, that they do care, you know. So these are just my thought process. This is just my opinions, talking about if they really want, you know, for long, you know, long-term investment. Because again, I'm actually a long-term player now, because I am very, very want to play this game, you know, probably 5 more years. And I do believe they need to add more polychrome farming in the game, not just, you know, not just in a low spender angle, you know, or in events, you know, not just events, but they need to have something, you know, for, you know, like a new endgame mode. They did added it, but we don't know if it would reset, you know? We don't know the new endgame mode, the simulated threshold simulator thingy. We don't know if that would reset. It does have a countdown, you know? It does have a countdown, but we don't know if it would reset, giving you... What does this mean? Does the countdown happen? Will this give more polychromes once it's reset? We don't know. So I just wish that this new endgame mode they added would probably reset, you know? It would be nice, you know? But that's just my thought process. If you really want long-term, you know, long-term players. I do like that they added the threshold simulator. I do like that, because again, it's a real test for... It's a real test for newer players. No, not newer players, older players, you know, like me, that has tons of agents well built, you know, have been playing in the game at a very long time, which is like tons of agents well built as well. It's a great test, you know, for players, for long-term players. So, how should I say this? Nothing much to say, nothing much to add. Right, it's past my bedtime now. It's literally 2 a.m. I need to sleep and go to work early in the morning. Holy crap. That reaction video took a while, so hold on a moment. Let me start distributing Z points. Yep, it's time. It's time for the points. Time for the points. Okay, technically I did stream twice today, so, you know, for compensation, I'll be giving 200 points as usual, you know. Okay, everybody start yapping, start chatting. I'm about to give 200 points to be exact. So I'll give you guys 10 seconds to give you time, so Streamlabs would detect you that you exist. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And congrats to the peeps that managed to, you know, get it to the end of the stream. Okay, I suddenly disappeared, but hold on a moment. Okay, guys, you know the drill. I appreciate you all for your wonderful support. I appreciate you all that you guys probably know what happened to me. You guys already know what happened, so I don't need to keep repeating myself. So for 100 donut, I only get 100 points. Yeah. You know, wait. Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. Well, you know what? Hold on a moment. To be fair, since your boy Vortex made 100 dono. Since your boy Vortex made 100 dono. There you go. 6K. There you have it. 6K. I think that's pretty much generous enough. It was me, man. Okay, now that's pretty much how should I say, that's well worthy for 100 dono. No, you need my pay raise, lol. Again, guys, and Vortex, I appreciate your generosity, man. It's really, really appreciated, man. Like, that would really help me in the long run on December's expenses. And how should I say that? It's probably an early Christmas gift, so I'm very thankful, man. Very thankful. So tomorrow, I'll think about what I can do tomorrow, because I'm still not done with the construction on my roof. Yeah, it's still kind of breezy in my home because the roof is gone. It's still in repairs, so. And also, I need to work overtime again because I need the extra pay. So I'm working overtime tomorrow. And I might be late again in tomorrow's stream, but I hope so that I'd be able to do account reviews tomorrow because people have been demanding it. You know, Sonic has been asking for it, and then people that applied for an account review are actually waiting for an account review. So I'm very sorry that I'm kind of, you know, busy with you know, with my account, trying to clear Hollow Zero, which is from Withering Garden. You know, I really want 100% it. That's basically a challenge for myself, you know, a challenge for the stream, for this channel, for something to do. To basically prove myself, and also to become a good example for the newer players that, hey, I would say it's a great example where if we had a new viewer, you know, for example, in the future, we had a new viewer and he's a newer player as well, and then he saw my account that, hey, I'm 100% in Hollow Zero and 100% in Withering Domain and 100% in the arcade. I would say that's a great example to show them to, you know, they should try, you know, they would really try to aim for that, you know, but I'm gonna try, okay? I will try to basically 100% the arcade, okay? Goodness me, that's gonna be sweaty. But again, moving on. Again, guys, your support is much appreciated. Again, I'm glad to be back with the streams again. I was kind of, you know, busy with life, busy with the expenses. Though I did say that Monday is technically my day off, so I just missed one stream due to the typhoon, but I sure hope that the next typhoon, the part 2 typhoon, won't be as bad as the first one, because holy crap, I cannot afford to repair two roofs at the same time, because holy crap, my wallet is literally crying. I kid you not. And again, everybody, thank you all. I appreciate everybody that's been watching the streams, vibing with me, chilling with me, yapping with me. And as always, good morning, good evening, and good night. Take care, y'all. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. Yes, indeed. Yes. Yes, indeed. Good night.